Hello, everybody. Yoko 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 13 and 11 Oakland A's taking on the 9 and 15 Seattle Mariners. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the A's and the Mariners, with the Mariners winning the first game. Can the A's come back to tie up the series, or will the Mariners take a 2-game lead? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And here is the starting lineup for the Oakland A's. Leading off, the catcher Kurt Suzuki. Batting second, the second baseman Mark Ellis. Batting third, the first baseman Mike Sweeney. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the designated hitter Frank Thomas. Batting fifth, the right fielder Emil Brown. Batting sixth, the shortstop Bobby Cosby. Batting seventh, the left fielder Chris DeFornia. Batting eighth, the third baseman Donnie Murphy. And batting ninth, the center fielder Raja Davis. On the mound for the Mariners, it is Eric Bedard. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of 2.52. No wins, 2 losses. He's pitched 10 2/3 of an inning, allowed 12 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 3 walks. We're here at Safeco Field, which gives a -2 to strikeouts and a -1 to walks. And with that, Kurt Suzuki steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a .237, and here is the pitch. We're ready for the first pitch of the game, and it is a 6-6, column 6, row 6 at the ballpark. So, anytime you roll the @ symbol as your result off of the pitcher card, you resolve the play using the home team's ballpark card. So in this case, we're going to resolve the die roll, the play at the plate, at the Safeco Field card, and that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. It's a fly ball back there to Suzuki. He'll run back, make the catch, and puts one away. And let's take a look at the starting defense for the Seattle Mariners. We've got Ibens out there in left field. Suzuki will be in center. Wilkinson at right. Going around the horn, we've got Beltre on third. Betancourt will be at short. Lopez on second. Sexton will be at first. Buick will be behind the plate. And Bedard will be on the mound. Mark Ellis batting a .313. And the pitch. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Now, double question mark. Now, when a double question mark comes up off of the pitcher card, that is the only thing right now that we will follow. And we'll take a look. Ellis is a right-handed batter, so on a 1-2, the 15 is too high. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4, pop-up. Lopez will get underneath it, make the catch, and put 2 away. Mike Sweeney batting a .138. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Double question mark, double star on a 1-2. The 18 is too high. And that'll be a 3-1. Now, column 3, row 1, that is a split result. Now, a split result off of the batter card, you take a look at the pitcher card. Is the pitcher left or right-handed? So in this case, Eric is a left-handed pitcher. So on the batter card, we take a look at the left-handed side of the slash. And in this case, it's a ground ball down the first base line. And Sweeney will get on with a base hit. So runner on first, strategy roll is a 1. Anytime you have a runner on, you will roll a d20 for strategy. Also, 2 outs with a runner on, you will add a +1 to the base run rating. Frank Thomas, batting a 125, infield normal depth. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. It's a single out there into right field. Wilkinson will chase that one down. So Thomas will go to first, Sweeney to second. We'll check to see if Sweeney will pick up an extra base. Base run rating is a 1 from first to third. Out there into right field, it's a -1. We roll 1d6. If the roll is less than or equal to the ABR, the runner will advance. Base run rating is a 1. The die roll is a 3. And we will hold. So runners on first and second, and that's going to bring up Emil Brown. Brown batting a 186. Strategy roll is a 19. The A's holding off the pitch. And that'd be a 6-6, column 6, row 6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Seiko Field, and that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a ground ball to Lopez. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on for the A's. We go to the bottom of the first. Here is the starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. Leading off, the center fielder, Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second, the second baseman, Jose Lopez. Batting third, the left fielder, Raul Ibens. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. Batting fifth, and Beltre is at the cleanup position. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Greg Norton. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Richie Sexson. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Brad Wilkinson. Batting eighth, the catcher, Jamie Buke. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Yunesuke Betancourt. On the mound for the A's, it is Justin Duchier. 1 win, no losses. He's pitched 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, and no walks, no ERA. And with that, Kurt Suzuki batting a 275 makes his way into the batter's box, and we're ready to start the home half of the first inning. The pitch, and that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a strikeout plus. Now, strikeout plus, we add 10, but we minus 2 from the strikeout range. So we add 8 to Suzuki's strikeout range. That makes it a 1-13. That is a 13. Struck him out looking. Struck him out looking, and that's going to bring up Jose Lopez. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Oakland A's. DeFornia will be out there in left field. Davis will be in center. Brown at right. Going around the horn, we've got Murphy on third. Cosby will be at short. Ellis will be at second. Sweeney on first. Suzuki will be behind the plate. And Justin will be on the mound. Jose Lopez batting a 219. And the pitch. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Possible error on a ground ball. Now, an error check will be the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we going to check that against? And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. Ground ball to Cosby. His error range is a 7. And that is a 9. So the 9 is too high. No error there. Cosby will make the catch. Throw it over to Sweeney. And that'll put 2 away. Raul Ibens up. Ibens batting a 356. And the pitch is going to be a 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Strikeout on a 1-7. The 19 is too high. and that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1, double star 2, and that will come up here to the double star line. That's the auto outline on the picture card, and that'll be a fly ball back there to Davis. Davis will run back, makes the catch on the warning track, and that'll be out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. Very easy inning to score there as the A's said retire the Mariners in order. After 1, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. Bobby Cosby, Chris Stefonia, and Donnie Murphy due up for the A's. Crosby batting a .225. And that'll be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. That's a split result, but this time it's a split result of the pitcher card. So we take a look. Cosby's a right-handed batter. So the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. In this case, it's a walk. On a 1-9, that is a 1, and that'll be good for a walk. Strategy roll is a 1. That's going to be a steal attempt. 2, it's going to be a +1. It'll be a 15 or less. They are going to send him. That's a 3 against the 15. So on a 3-19, if the roll is less than or equal to the stolen base rating, then the runner is safe. If it was a 16 or higher, he would have been out. So Cosby will steal second, and that's going to bring up Chris Stefonia batting a .264. Infield at normal depth, and that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-11. The 6 in range struck him out, and that'll be 1 away. Donnie Murphy batting a .200. Strategy roll is a 9. Infield normal depth. A's standing pat. And the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. Strikeout plus. On a 1-25, that is a 15. Struck him out looking. Struck him out looking. Now, 20 on the strategy roll. It's a pickoff attempt. However, Eric does not pick anyone off. There's nothing in his pickoff, bulk, pickoff, or pickoff error, but we'll still show the number off. It would have been 3. Rajah Davis, first time we're seeing him up. He's actually been at 2 games, had 2 at-bats. 1 run scored and 1 stolen base so far in the replay. And here is the pitch for Davis. And that would be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1-3, that is a 3, and that'll be good for a walk. So runners on first and second, and the order will flip over. We'll go to the top. Kurt Suzuki, 0 for 1, and the pitch. Pitch to Suzuki, and that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. Suzuki. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Line drive down the third baseline. Beltre will make the catch there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and the A's will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. Adrian Beltre, Greg Norton, and Richie Sexton due up for the Mariners. Adrian Beltre batting a .245. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1, double star. Now, double star off the pitcher card. Now, in the actual game, you're going to take 1d6, roll it against that line, and that'll tell you the auto out, the play. However, in the PC game, which is what we're playing here, it'll randomly choose it. And that'll be a ground ball to Ellis, who will make the catch, throw it to Sweeney, and that'll be out number 1. Greg Norton batting a .429 and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Home run chance. On a 1, the 13 is too high. So it does not pass that check. It's going to be a 5-5. Column 5, row 5. Fly ball back there. Brown will get underneath it. Hauls off Davis, makes the catch, and puts 2 away. Richie Sexton batting a .244, and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-6. Column 5, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-2. Column 5, row 2. Line drive to Cosby. He'll make the catch. And that will retire. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. Once again, it's a 3-up, 3-down inning as the A's retire the Mariners in order. After 2, we're still tied at 0. We go to the top of the 3rd, and it's Mark Ellis, Mike Sweeney, and Frank Thomas due up for the A's. Mark Ellis batting a .318, and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Home run chance on a 1-9. The 2 is in range. We need a 3 or less. It's a 2. It's a home run. And Ellis with a solo bomb. Ellis hits it down the right field side. Wilkinson runs back. However, that ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball's into the second deck. And that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Mark Ellis. And it puts the A's on the board 1-0. And that is Ellis's first home run of the replay. Mike Sweeney, 1 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. Home run on a 0. The 4 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4. However, it is a base hit down the third baseline past Beltray. And with that, Sweeney is on with a base hit. So no outs, runner on first. Strategy roll is 0-1. A's holding off, infield at double play depth, and that's going to bring up Frank Thomas. Thomas batting a .222, and the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Base hit past Wilkinson. And that'll put Thomas on first. Sweeney goes to second. Does Sweeney pick up the extra base? Base run rating of a 0. Now we come over here to this little chart. And it says if the base run rating is less than 1, the runner holds. So in this case, Sweeney will hold at second. So we don't check for anything else. And with that, it's going to be Emil Brown, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1-5, the 8 is too high. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a fly ball back there to Wilkinson. He'll make the catch. For the out, we'll check the Sweeney advance to third. We subtract 0. Base run rating is a 1. The D6 says it's a 4. And the rule says if 1 D6 less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, he would advance to third. Otherwise, he holds. In this case, Sweeney will hold. That is going to bring up Bobby Cosby. Cosby walked his last time up. His strategy roll is an 8, infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 16 is too high. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4, ground ball to Beltre. So now that is hit towards the line. Will the defense try for the force out at third? No, they're going to try for the double play. And in this case, it will become a fielder's choice. So ground double play rating is a 0. That makes it a -1. Lopez being the pivot on that. Ground double play rating is a 2. The die roll is a 2. So with that, we'll try for the double play. They are not going for the double. Let's see. Sorry, we take a look at the other die. It's a 3. So the 3 is higher. So in this case, that's going to be a force out at third. So Lopez will throw it to third for the force out. It is a fielder's choice. Thomas will go to second, and Cosby will get on by fielder's choice. So 2 outs, runners still in first and second. And with that, it's going to be Cristofornia. 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Strategy roll is a 4, and here is the pitch. And that'd be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a range play. All right. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be to Beltre. Beltre's range is on a 1-3. So if it's a 1, 2, or 3, he makes the catch. 4, 5, or 6, he'll get on with a base hit. That's a hard ground ball hit between Beltre and Betancourt. That is a 5. Beltre can't make the catch. It gets by him and it loads the bases. Thomas will go to third, Cosby to second, and let's see, Thomas will go from second to home on a base run rating of a 4 through 6. That is a 2. All runners hold. And with that, the bases are loaded, and Donnie Murphy, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, comes up. Strategy rolls a 7, and the pitch. And that is a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Possible error on a throw. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a double to Wilkinson. Error range for Wilkinson is a 1-2. That is a 12. No error there. Off the wall, Wilkinson will throw it into Lopez. It's a 2-run RBI double for Donnie Murphy as Thomas and Cosby both cross over home plate. DeFornia will go to third. He'll hold, and it's 3-0 A's. Rajah Davis walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 12. A's holding off with 2 outs, runners on second and third. So they got runners in scoring position, and that'll be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a walk plus. On a 1-13, the 18 is too high. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, double star 4. It's a ground ball to Beltre. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the A's. We go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Brad Wilkinson, Jamie Buke, and Eunice Betancourt due up for the Mariners. Wilkinson batting a 206. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1 to 10, the 16 is too high. And that'd be a 5-2, column 5, row 2, double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball back there to DeFornia. He'll make the catch. And that'll be one away. Jamie Buke batting a 308. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, double star, ground ball down the second, ground ball to second base. Ellis will make the catch, throw it to Sweeney. And that'll be out number 2. Yuneski Betancourt batting a 276 and the pitch. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1 to 4, the 11 is too high. And that'll be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. Line drive down the first baseline. Sweeney will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Mariners retire the A's retire the Mariners in order, 3 up, 3 down. After 3, it's A's 3, Mariners nothing. We go to the top of the 4th, and it's the top of the order for the A's. Kurt Suzuki, Mark Ellis, and Mike Sweeney due up for the A's. Kurt Suzuki is 0 for 2. Taking a look at the pitcher, Eric Bedard can face 5 more pitchers before he is considered tired. The bullpen for the Mariners starting to warm up. And with that, Kurt Suzuki 0 for 2 and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Possible error on a throw. And that'll be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a ground ball to Lopez. He'll make the catch. Lopez's error range is on a 1 to 4. That is a 20. No error there. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Mark Ellis is 1 for 2 today with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And the pitch. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, range play at the ballpark. So first of all, it's going to be at the ballpark. It's a 3-2, column 3, row 2, double star 1. So it's a fly ball to Ibens. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 3. He'll make the catch. So let's take a look here. Ibens is 9 for 15 on his range plays. Beltre is 4 out of 6. Mike Sweeney, 2 outs, nobody on. Sweeney, bat is 2 for 2 today, and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1 to 7, the 15 is too high. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, pop-up. Betancourt will get underneath it. And that'll be out number 3. So the Mariners retire the A's in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's the top of the order for the Mariners. It is Ichiro Suzuki, Jose Lopez, and Raul Ibens up. Suzuki's doing double duty on both teams. Now, Ichiro Suzuki is 0 for 1 today. Struck out his last time up. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. Possible error. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Line drive up the middle to Justin. He'll make the catch. And that is out number 1, 1 away. Jose Lopez is 0 for 2. And the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Seiko Field, and that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1, double star 6. It's a fly ball back there. DeFornia will run back, make the catch. and that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and Raul Ibens is up. He's 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1, range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, double star 1. It's a fly ball back to California. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 6, and that is good for a base hit. And with that, Justin was perfect through 6 and was perfect through 3 2/3 of an inning. So 2 outs, runner on first. That's going to bring up Adrian Beltre, who is 0 for 1. California is 6 for 9 on his range plays. And here is the pitch to Beltre. Strategy roll 15. And that'll be a 2-4. Column 2, row 4. And that is a double star. It's going to be a ground ball to Cosby. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Mariners. After 4, it's A's 3, Mariners nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. Frank Thomas, Emil Brown, and Bobby Cosby due up for the A's. Frank Thomas, 2 for 2 today with a run scored. Eric Bedard can face 2 more batters before he is considered tired. So the bullpen for the Mariners starting to warm up. And the pitch. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, range play at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. It's going to be a fly ball to Ibens. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 2. He'll make the catch. And Ibens is now 10 for 16 on range plays. Emil Brown, 0 for 2. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a strikeout plus. On a 1 to 15, that is an 11. Struck him out looking. And that'll put 2 away. Bobby Cosby, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. And with that, Eric Bedard now tired. And with that, it'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Now, Eric Bedard is now tired, so the brackets do come into play. It is a home run on a 1 to 6. The 16 is too high. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Fly ball back there. Ibens will run underneath it. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Mariners retire the A's in order, 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Greg Norton, Richie Sexton, and Brad Wilkinson due up for the Mariners. Greg Norton, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, range play at the ballpark. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1, double star 5, ground ball to Cosby. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 5. Can't make the play in time. And with that, Norton will get on with a base hit. Cosby is 0 for 1 on his range plays. And with that, it's going to bring up Richie Sexton. Sexton is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 10. Infield at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. And that is going to be a ground ball to Ellis, who'll make the catch. Double play chance, that's a 0. Cosby is a 0. Ground double play rating is a 4. We take 1d6. And with that, runner on first. If the roll is greater than the ground double play rating, runner on first is forced out at second. That is a 1. That is a 5. It's a force out. And with that, Sexton will get on with a byfielder's choice. And that'll bring up Brad Wilkinson. Wilkinson, 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 18. That's a sacrifice play. And with that, here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. Strikeout on a 1-5. That is a 1. Struck him out. And that'll be 2 away. Strategy roll is a 20. And that's going to bring up Jamie Buke. Buke is 0 for 1. Pickoff attempt on a 1-2. It's a 1. He picked him off. And with that, it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 5, it's A's 6, A's 3, Mariners nothing. We go to the top of the 6th, and it's going to be Cristofonia, Donnie Murphy, and Rajah Davis due up for the Mariners. However, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Mariners. Cristofonia, Murphy, and Davis due up for the A's. We do have a new pitcher up on the mound for the Mariners. And with that, that is going to be and they're going to bring in R.A. Dickey. Dickey comes into the game with a 6.75 ERA. He's got no wins and no losses. He's pitched 12 innings, allowed 12 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Eric. Eric went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.44. And with that, Cristofonia 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Fly ball back there. Wilkinson goes back, gets underneath it, makes the catch, and puts 1 away. Donnie Murphy, 1 for 2 today with a double, a strikeout, and 2 RBIs. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. It's a wild pitch. Nobody on. We're going to roll for the batter. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Double star 5, fly ball back there. Iban's underneath it. Makes the catch and puts 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Rajah Davis. 0 for 1. Walked his last time up. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a single to Wilkinson. And with that, Rajah Davis is on with a base hit. We go to the top of the order. Kurt Suzuki, 0 for 3. Strategy rolls a 13. It's a steal attempt. They are going to send him. That is a 5. Rajah's stolen base rating is a 14. And here's the 6-3 steal second. Suzuki 0 for 3 and the pitch. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, line drive to Betancourt. He'll make the catch, throw to Sexton, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. The A's will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Jamie Buke, Yunesuke Betancourt, and Ichiro Suzuki due up for the Mariners. Jamie Buke 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Seiko Field, and that's going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Ground ball to Suzuki. He'll make the catch. Throw it down the line to Sweeney. No error there. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Yunesuke Betancourt 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, range play at the ballpark. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's good for a base hit. Pass Brown, out there to Brown. Range is on a 1-4. That is a 6. Brown can't make the play in time. And it gets past him, and that'll be out. And with that, Betancourt will get on with a base hit. Brown is 8 for 13 on his range plays. Strategy roll is a 4. It is a hit and run. Now, hit and runs work like this. All ground double play ratings will get a -2. Base run ratings get a +2. Home run and walk ratings are cut in half, rounded down for the batter. All lineouts are double plays, and if the batter should strike out, we'll resolve the play as a steal. Ichiro Suzuki 0 for 2 with a strikeout and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's a strikeout. On a 1-3, the 12 is too high. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. It's a base hit out there past Brown. And with that, runners on first and second. The die roll for runner advancement says it's a 6. So with that, all runners will hold. We go to the top of the order. Jose Lopez 1 out. Runners on first and second. Infield at double play depth. Jose Lopez 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 17, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a wild pitch on a 1-4. It's a 4. It's a wild pitch. And that'll advance the runners to second and third. So runners will move up 1 base on a wild pitch. Jose Lopez, here's the... And that'll be a 3-3, column 3. I'm sorry, it's a 1-6, column 1, row 6. And with that, Justin is a right-handed pitcher. So on the batter card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. It's a double out there to Brown. 2-run double by Jose Lopez that'll clear the bases. It's 3-2. The Mariners are down by 1 on an RBI double by Jose Lopez. And with that, that's going to bring up Raul Ibens. Ibens is 1 for 2. Strategy roll is a 19. Infield at normal depth with 1 out and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3 range play at the ballpark. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Brown. Brown ranges on a 1-4. This time it's a 2. Brown will make the catch and play there, but however, Lopez will go from second. He does advance to third. Base run rating is a 3. The die roll is a 1. On fly ball set to F9, we subtract 0 from the base run rating. So with that, the tying run is only 90 feet away. And with that, Adrian Beltre, who is 0 for 2, will step up. His strategy roll is a 16, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4 at the ballpark. So we're going to go to Seiko Field for the play. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a ground ball to Ellis, who'll make the catch. And that'll be out number, and that will retire the side. So 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on. After 6, it's Oakland 3, Mariners 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Mark Ellis, Mike Sweeney, and Frank Thomas due up for the A's. And with that, R.A. Dickey's going back out there on the mound. He's got enough tank for at least 1 more inning, they hope. Mark Ellis, 1 for 3 today with a home run or a run and an RBI, and here is the pitch. Ellis, 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 14 is too high. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a double out there into left field. Ibens will get underneath it and smacks it as it'll go past him and goes to the wall. Ibens goes chasing it, throws it back to Betancourt, and that'll hold Ellis at second. Mike Sweeney, 2 for 3 today, runner on second, infield at normal depth. Strategy roll is a 4, and the pitch. Sweeney, 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Once again, it's a double out there in the left field. And the A's took a 2-run lead. It's 4-2 and an RBI double by Mike Sweeney. Ellis will score. And with that, Frank Thomas is up. Thomas is 2 for 3 with a run. Strategy roll is a 4. A's holding off. Thomas and the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a strike on a 1-8. The 19 is too high. No outs, though, still, and that's going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, pop-up. Lopez will get underneath it. And that'll be out number 1, 1 away. Emil Brown, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll is an 11. A's standing pat, infield normal depth, and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. This time it's a ground ball to Beltray. Remember, R.A. Dickey is a right-handed pitcher, so on the batter card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. It's a ground ball to Beltray. He'll make the catch. And with that, it will be an out at first. Runners will advance only on a roll of a 6 when balls are hit to third base. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up Bobby Cosby, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. Strategy rolls a 15, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. It's a ground ball down the first baseline. Sexton will make the catch there. As we sing, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. It's 1 left on, I believe. Yeah, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Greg Norton, Richie Sexton, and Brad Wilkinson due up for the Mariners. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 had been played here in Seattle. Oakland scored 3 runs in the 3rd inning, a run in the top half of the 7th inning here. That's 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The Mariners came back in the 6th inning. They've been chin through the first 5. And in the 6th inning, they scored 2 runs. That's 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. And 15 hits so far between both teams. We go to the bottom of the 7th. And with that, Justin is going to stay out there on the mound. It's going to be Greg Norton, Richie Sexton, and Brad Wilkinson that do up for the Mariners. Greg Norton, 1 for 2, and the pitch. Bullpen for the A's starting to warm up. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2, hit by pitch. Justin will give a +5 to his hit by pitch rating. Greg Norton's hit by pitch rating is a 5. It was a 0, so it's a +5. Die roll is an 8. Got out of the way in time. Did not get hit by the pitch. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a ground ball to Sweeney. Norton's a switch hitter. I'm sorry. It's a single to first base. Sorry, I read that wrong. It's a single to first base. And with that, Norton is on with a base hit. Richie Sexton is 0 for 2. Strategy roll is a 12. And the pitch. Infield double play that, by the way. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1, double star. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Davis. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Brad Wilkinson, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 7, and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. However, Justin is now tired, so double question mark. Double star on a 1 to 13. That is a 7. It's going to be a ground ball to Ellis. He'll make the catch. Is it a double play? It is not. Ground double play rating is a 0. That is a 0. Ground double play rating is a 1. It's a 4. The pivot being Cosby. It's going to be a fielder's choice, so Norton will get forced out. And with that, Wilkinson will get on by fielder's choice. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the A's. And with that, they are going to bring in Joey Devine. Joey will come in, no ERA. He's got 1 win and no loss. He's pitched 4 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Justin, he went 6 2/3 of an inning, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 1.31. And with that, Jamie Buke, 0 for 2. 2 outs, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 19, and the pitch. And with that, it's going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4 at the ballpark. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, double star 3. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Davis. Will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Mariners. After 7, it's Oakland 4, Mariners 2. We go to the top of the 8th. It's going to be Cristofornia, Donnie Murphy, and Rajah Davis due up. We do have a couple changes to the defense for the Mariners. Sexton will come out at first base. And with that, so at first base, Sexton will come out. Lopez will go from second to first. And at second base, they're going to bring in Tug Hewlett. Hewlett will come in at second. Shortstop, Betancourt. Hope they're going to keep Betancourt out there at short. That's the only change they're going to make. So they're going to move Lopez over to third. Hewlett will come in at second. Nobody else in the outfield is going to change. R.A. Dickey done. So we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the top of the 8th inning here for the Mariners. And they are going to go with Sean Green. Green going to come in. Green comes in with no ERA, no wins and no losses. He's pitched 6 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look here at the stats for Dickey, he went 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and ERA of a 6.43. With that, Cristofornia, 1 for 3 today with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-9, the 17 is too high. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. Base hit out there in the right field to Wilkinson. And with that, DeFornia will get on with, leads off with a base hit. Strategy roll is a 5. Donnie Murphy is up. He's 1 for 3 today with a double, a strikeout, and 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. To Murphy, that's going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1-10, that is a 6. That's going to be good for a walk. And that'll put runners on first and second. Rajah Davis, 1 for 2 with a walk. Strategy roll is a 10. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3, walk. On a 1-4, the 12 is too high. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, power hit to Suzuki. On a 1 to 6, it's a 6. So 5 to 9. On a 1 to 4, it's a single. 5 to 9, double. 10 would be a triple. And if it's 11 to 12, it would have been a fly ball out. However, the die roll is a 6. It's a double out there into center field. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. DeFornia will score on that. Murphy goes to third. Die roll is a 6. And it tells us here this. On a 2 through 5, lead runner thrown out, but if the trailing runner's BR, no adjustments, is greater than or equal to the roll, he will advance on the throw. So Murphy is thrown out at home. Murphy will head for home. Suzuki guns it. Buick with the catch, tags it behind as Murphy slides in. Bunch of dust comes up, and the home plate umpire calls him out. And Rajah Davis will advance to third on the throw. So with that, 1 out, but a runner on third. It's 5 to 2 A's. What a play. They were able to get 1 out on that. We go to the top of the order. Kurt Suzuki, 0 for 4 today. Suzuki is going to take the hit. He is. And the pitch. And that'll be a 5-5. Column 5, row 5. That is a strike. On a 1 to 5, the 14 is too high. And that'll be a 1-6. Column 1, row 6. Ground ball down the first baseline to Lopez. He'll make the catch. And are they going to try to score the runner? They are. They're going to go for the... No, they're not going to go for the auto out. And it's a 6 if the runner heads for home. If D6 is higher than the base run rater, he is out. Lopez throws it to home. It is a tie. So on a tie, he is forced out. And with that, Suzuki is on. And another amazing play at the plate. 2 outs. Suzuki is on. Ellis 2 for 4 today with a double, a home run, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Fly ball back there. Wilkinson will make the catch. And that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yunesuke Betancourt, Ichiro Suzuki, and Jose Lopez due up for the Mariners. And with that, Joey Devine coming out of the game. They just needed him to get the 1 out. And they're going to bring in, I believe they're going to bring in Jerry Belvins is going to come in. Yep. Belvins is going to come in. Belvins comes into the game with a 1.43 ERA, no wins and no losses. He's pitched 6 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats. Taking a look at the stats here for Joey Devine, he went 1/3 of an inning, no ERA. And with that, no changes to the A's defense. They're going to keep everybody the same. Betancourt, 1 for 2 today with a run scored and the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2, strikeout. On a 1 to 2, that is a 2. Struck him out. We go to the top of the order. Ichiro Suzuki, 1 for 3 today with a strikeout and a run, and the pitch. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2, possible error on a ground ball. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball up the middle to Belvins. His error range is on a 1 to 20. It's a 12. It's an error. It's a one-base error as you boot the ball. So Suzuki is on by an gets on by an E1. Jose Lopez is 1 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. Runner on first. Strategy rolls are turned off. The reason they're turned off right now is, and how we know they are turned off is, we take the difference in the score. In this case, it is a 3-run game. 5 minus 2 is 3. We take the difference in the score, it's 3. Add it to the inning we're in. We're in the 8th inning, so 3 plus 8 is 11. If the number you get is greater than 10, strategy rolls are turned off until you can bring the number down less than 10. So Jose Lopez is 1 for 3 today with a double and an RBI. Infield double play depth and the pitch. 1 out, by the way. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we looking at? And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That's a ground ball to Ellis. His range is on a 1 to 3. It's a 6. Ellis can't make the play in time. Doesn't have it. Ichiro will go to second, but does he pick up the extra base and goes to third? He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 3 to 6. That is a 3. And he will advance to third, so runners on the corners with 1 out. Rayo Ibens 1 for 3 and the pitch. Infield still at double play depth. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Strikeout on a 1 to 8. The 20 is too high. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Line drive to Ellis. He'll make the play. No double play there. On a 1 to 2, it's at first. On a 3 to 4, it's at second. No double play there, so 1 out. No, 2 outs. Runners still in the corners. And that's going to bring up Adrian Beltre. Jerry Belvin's now tired. Beltre 0 for 3. And the pitch. And that'll be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a blank. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's good for a base hit down the third baseline. And with that, Ichiro will score. Lopez will hold. He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 6 and a 6 only. That is a 3. And with that, Jerry Belvin is tired. However, he does need 1 more out. Strategy rolls are now turned back on. It's a 7. Mariners holding off. Greg Norton is 2 for 3. And the pitch. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Strikeout on a 1 to 16. That is a 13. Struck him out. Struck him out. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. After 8, it's A's 5, Mariners 3. We go to the top of the 9th. Mike Sweeney, Frank Thomas, and Emil Brown due up for the A's. We do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Mariners, Sean Green done. And with that, I want to say they're going to bring in Brandon. Let's see who they're going to bring in. Yep, Brandon Morrow is going to come in. Now, Morrow will come in with a special K rating. We will talk about that when it comes up. Morrow will come into the game with a .75 ERA. He's got 1 win and no losses. He's got 2 saves, 12 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit, 19 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Sean Green. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, an ERA of a 1.17. Taking a look at the box score after 8. Oakland scored a run in the 8th inning, so did Seattle. So Oakland on 5 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. The Mariners are 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Mike Sweeney, 3 for 4 today with a double and an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, column 2, row 3. It's a strikeout plus. However, they are going to walk Sweeney. So it is an intentional walk. So Sweeney will get on, and Frank Thomas comes up now. He is 2 for 4 with a run scored, infield at double play depth. Strategy rolls are turned off. And here is the pitch. And that'd be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, double star. Fly ball back there to Suzuki. He'll run back, makes the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Emil Brown, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Brown going to take the hit. He is. And the pitch. And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6, home run chance on a 1-17 in range. It's a 12, it's too high, and that is going to be a strikeout. Actually, it's going to be struck him. Going to be a strikeout or a flyout. I'll decide here with the die. It's going to be a flyout in this case. Suzuki will make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. Yeah, it was one of those decisions. He did a die roll. So anytime I get any of those decisions, I will use a die, and just to let everyone know if it comes up, and that decides for me how the play. If I'm torn between 2 things, how the play actually gets played out. Bobby Cosberry, 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. He is 0 for 3 today, and that's going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2, that is a walk. On a 1-9, that is a 3. And that'll put runners in first and second. Chris Stefornia, 2 for 4 with a strikeout and a run, and the pitch. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Seiko Field. That is a 3. Struck him out. Struck him out on a 1-3. It's in the range of the special K. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Tug Hewlett, Brad Wilkinson, and Jamie Buick due up for the Mariners. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the A's. And with that, they are going to bring in Brad Zelger will come in to close out the game. That is his card. ERA comes into the game with an ERA of a 3.40. No wins, 1 loss, 3 saves. He pitched 5 1/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jerry, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 1.23. So 6, 7, and 8. And here is the pitch. Doug Hewlett batting a 300. And that's going to be a 1-3. Column 1, row 3. That is a blank. Hewlett, 6-5. Column 6, row 5. Double star 1. Ground ball to Ellis. He'll make the catch, throw to Sweeney. And that'll be 1 away. Brad Wilkinson, 0 for 3. Wilkinson going to take the hit. He ditched with a strikeout. 3-1. Column 3, row 1. Home run on a 1-3. It needs to be a 6 or less. It's a 1, and that ball is out of here. And it's a solo home run by Brad Wilkinson. And that moves the Mariners down by a run to tie it up. Wilkinson hits it down the right field side. Brown will go back, runs into the wall, and that ball is into the stands. It's 5-4 Oakland. Wilkinson with his second home run of the replay. One out, Jamie Buke, 0 for 3. Buke going to take the hit and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, wild pitch. Nobody is on. We're going to roll for the batter. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a base hit, pass Ellis. So the tying run is aboard. Tying run aboard. Strategy rolls a 19. It's a sacrifice play. Benacourt, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run. Infield double play depth and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. It's a strikeout. It's a successful sac bunt. That's a 5. Bunts it down the third baseline. So with that, on a 1-15, on a bunt rating of a 3, the 14 is good. 2 outs, and that will move Buke over into scoring position. The Mariners down to the last out. Strategy rolls a 15, and we go to the top of the order. Ichiro Suzuki, 1 for 4 with a strikeout and a run and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? 4-4, column 4, row 4. It's a base hit to Ellis. On a 1-4, Ellis will make the catch. On a 5-6, it's a base hit. Ellis sees it. He runs for it. It's a 1. He'll make the catch, and that's the game. As the Oakland A's defeat the Seattle Mariners 5-4. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. The Mariners will leave 1 stranded. Final line score coming right up. So the Oakland A's defeat the Seattle Mariners 5-4. 5 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. The Mariners 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Justin will pick up his second win. Eric Bernard will pick up his 3rd straight loss, and Brad Zelgo will pick up his 4th straight save of the replay. Mark Ellis will pick up his 1st home run. Brad Wilkinson hits his 2nd home run of the replay. Taking a look at the stats here, Justin, who'll pick up the second win. He won 6 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch, and ERA of a 1.31. Eric Bernard will pick up his third straight loss. He went 5 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.44. Brandon Morrow, the last pitcher up for the Mariners, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 walks and 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 0.69. And Brad Zelger will pick up his 4th straight win. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 home run, and ERA of a 4.28. With that, the Oakland A's will improve to 14-11, and the Mariners will drop to 9-16. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Yoko007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.